everybody here, everybody believes in the Swiss-led process. No, that would be wrong. But I believe that we have come because we want to know more. Those who know want to confirm their faith. Those who are opposed want to confirm their opposition. And those who are doubting want to move either to opposition or to join the camp of those who believe. And all that, there's nothing is human nature. At the end of this process today, our hope and prayer is, as true Ambazonians, most of us, if not all of us, will leave here having improved on our knowledge and come to accept that Swiss-led process. And so to kick that off, I'm going to invite Dr. Ebenezer Akwanga. We're going to watch a little clip, but before that clip comes up, let Dr. Ebenezer Akwanga introduce that to us. And remember I said, those images are a reflection of what we have in this hall today. Dr. Ebenezer Akwanga happens to be a general in a certain sense because he's in charge of SOCADEF. There's a team, a defense team on the ground, and they have him as their leader. And at the same time, he is also making sure that while the homeland is being defended, diplomacy is also working. That is what we need. Those arms working together. Dr. Ebenezer Akwanga, thank you.
Hello? Hi. Maybe my tone is very low, so you are answering with very low energy. Hello? Hi. That's not good enough. Hello? I want to welcome each one of you who is here. You've left your jobs, you've taken off, and you've decided to find time to come here to commune together with us for the 58th anniversary of the independence of the former British Southern Cameroons, what we prefer to call today the nation of Ambazonia. I want to thank our brother who is sitting here because of the selection of music he has played this evening so far. Before I introduce the image of the person you see on the wall, you realize that when they were singing the anthem, I wasn't actually singing. I was silent. And I have done this in several occasions. It is because I break away from La République du Cameroun more than 35 years ago, and I have no intention to go back there. If we have to break away from these people, we have to reject everything that is theirs, everything. The way they think, the way they eat, even what they eat. If we are not ready to do that, then we are not nationalists. Then we are going to treat this struggle as a part-time. And part-time strugglers are only politicians. And politicians think only of themselves. I will be discussing with the leadership that going forward, we will have to think about that anthem. We have to reject everything La République du Cameroun. We should not in any way. I don't see where an angel will be able to imitate Lucifer. It doesn't work that way. It takes you back home. It makes you to think of the things they have done to you and to your people. That is exactly what I'm saying. If we are not able to change that refrain of that anthem, we should not sing it. We should not use a shortcut to have our freedom. We must free our minds as we want to free ourselves and our body. We must do that. It is very, very important. Cheap things easily lead people to danger. when you find shortcuts, at times, you don't come out well from it. We have a lot to discuss this evening about the Swiss-led process. But I want to introduce to you Mr. Alexander Libeskind. Mr. Libeskind is a Swiss national who resides in Naivasha in Kenya. His family has lived in Kenya for as old as Kenyan independence. He lives in a rural community with all the animals in the wild. All his children schooled in Kenya. He is the director of the African division of the Center for Humanitarian Dialogue that they call HD. HD has been involved in several negotiation processes around the world. They are more a mediation center. They do not negotiate. They do not get involved in peace issues. Neither are they involved in dialogue. They are the middlemen or the middle women where there are conflicts around the world. They are currently in the Casamance, between the Casamance and the Senegalese. They are currently in the Maghreb, where the Malians are fighting with the Tuaregs. They are in the Central African Republic at the moment. They are involved in a host of other conflicts around the world. So they are not only involved in this conflict, where they are trying to mediate between two peoples. One a state, the other one a nation which was robbed of its statehood, called Ambazonia. So Mr. Libeskind is going to talk to us a little bit about what is HD and why they are involved in this process. And then we will take it from there. Thank you very much. You must have heard clearly what HD is out to accomplish on the ongoing conflict between Ambazonia and La République du Cameroon. We have been to Switzerland 3 times. We've been to Geneva, we've been to Saint-Luc, and we've been to Montreux. I have here Ntumfo Mbo Herbert, Comrade Kometa Elvis, and Comrade Samuel Sako, who have equally been to these places. Comrade Sako joined us during the Montreux understanding process. It's been very, very raucous. It's been very difficult. Because while we are taking all the risks and trying to understand this process and making sure that Ground Zero is up in its game, while we are looking for a comprehensive negotiated settlement, some among us have been doing their own part of the bidding by making sure that nothing works. Because in war situations, there are others who benefit when the war goes in perpetuity. The only reason we Ambazonians are at war today is not just because a war was declared on us. It is because we are seeking a permanent positive peace. We have lived for 58 years under a temporal negative peace, where fear has guided our way of life, where we can't talk, we can't act, we can't do anything. The rest of the world will say, oh, that piece of land is Africa in miniature. It's peaceful. No, there is no peace. What exists in that place is called fear. So we have break that ceiling of fear because we are seeking a permanent positive peace. Every war that is fought is to bring permanent peace. You do not fight wars in perpetuity. You do not just get into a place and start fighting, hoping that you will fight till the end. It doesn't work that way. We have asked that if we are going to be shown a single conflict of our nature, where a people are trying to restore their statehood, where they have restored that statehood only through arms or only through marching without a negotiation, then we will give up this process. No one has ever been able to do that to us because there is none that exists. So we have gone to Switzerland to understand what this process is all about. Making sure that when that moment for negotiation will come, we are not the negotiators. The negotiators will be experts to whom this is their field. But as leaders, we must understand the process because certainly the negotiators will have to turn back to us from time to time. We will not sign a document without knowing what it is. So as leaders, you need to understand what the process is. You don't say you are a minister of finance, you know nothing about money, and then you start signing checks that is bankrupting the entire state. When they ask you, you say you have no idea about it. You must understand the process. So that when you say it is good for our people, it is because you have studied it to a certain extent. The negotiators will do their job. When it doesn't work, they will turn to us. We will consult with them. We will either tell them to go ahead or put a break to the process. That is the way it works everywhere in the world. And let nobody deceive you. If you don't learn this process, no matter how much you have learned in school. I studied this, but what I have learned within these 3 sessions is more than what I have studied for a doctorate degree. It's quite different. So we are here because we want to talk to you, we want to take your questions, we want to see where we can clear the doubts that are still in the minds of some of us. We would have wished that everyone with a doubt is in this hall. That their doubt should not be carried to Facebook where they don't understand anything, or WhatsApp. They should come here and face us. Let us have a debate on this issue. Let us talk about it. Let us stop lying to ourselves and let us stop appointing mediators and people to speak for Ambazonia who are not qualified. This is a game, but it is not a game. We cannot play with the lives of millions of people. We must stop it, and we must stop it now. We've been to Ghana to explain this process. We've been to the UK to explain this process. We just came back from Canada to explain this process. And we're here in the United States to explain this process. If it needs us to go to Australia, we will go. Unfortunately, we cannot swim to Australia. We need to fly. So those who keep complaining that we are flying, there is no other way to go. We can't run to Australia. We can't run to Canada. We need to fly. When we realized we could drive to Canada, we drove. And you don't expect us to go there and stay outside. We need to stay where in a hotel. We won't go and inconvenience somebody. So why are the complaints? Why? No, we will not tolerate spoilers. People who do not care about our people, but they keep deceiving our people that they care about them. We will not. And we will not be afraid to say that. If those of us, people of goodwill, are not willing to stand up for what we are prepared to die for, then evil will consume us. We must be prepared to stand for the truth. We must be as vocal as the forces of evil, as those who want to spoil every opportunity for our people to obtain their sovereignty. Someone can give $20,000, but that individual truly do not belong to this struggle. They use that to cajole you, to buy your interest, your threat. The moment you start having confidence in them, you will sell out the struggle to them without knowing. This is something that is in our blood. I feel very bad when I look into this hall. I don't see a lot of young men and women here. And yet, it is their future that is at stake. It is their future that is at stake. If this is the way the Eritreans took their struggle, they wouldn't have come out of the claws of Ethiopia. If this is the way the Timorese, the East Timorians took their struggle, mighty Indonesia would have crushed them. We are not happy traveling and taking risks. We are not happy risking our lives. But if we cannot take that risk for our people, what about the young men and women who are on ground zero and risking every day for us? Do we love them only when we see images that we can push with our fingers on WhatsApp? Or do we truly want freedom? If we truly want freedom, we must ask the right questions and take the necessary risk to free ourselves. Anyone who is in this struggle and is only hoping that I must reach Buea, then you are not prepared for this struggle. You must be prepared that somewhere along the line you might lose your life so that others can gain theirs. That is the only way we can go forward. If you want to protect your life, then you are definitely not in this struggle. That does not mean you should commit suicide, because people who are dead cannot liberate the people. It means you should do your own job. If death meets you on the way, embrace it, so that your spirit will live in peace. Fellow comrades, I will now allow Comrade Toom from Bo Herbert to open up the discussion, and then Comrade Kometa, and then Comrade Sako, so that we can take the questions that you have for us this evening. And let us together have a conversation as one family. Thank you very much.